politics does not trump technology. It just doesn't.
Well, we saw signs of politicians kind of bowing a little bit to, I mean, I could say the broader crypto industry, I guess, but with the SAB 121 being overturned, and now you have Trump coming out saying, I mean, now it's like becoming this political hot campaign issue.
It's great.
I mean,
I love it.
Wild, but like
bitches.
it's just pretty wild because, you know, you wouldn't even think about that 5 years ago. It just shows how strong Bitcoin has grown over time, that Bitcoin is winning, that you have the two leading presidential candidates basically taking stances, you know, one way or another on Bitcoin. It's just, it shows that, like, you know, politics is downstream of technology, because I saw a statistic that like 20% of US adults own some form of cryptocurrency, which probably a majority of that is Bitcoin. If you just think through that, that's wild. That's crazy. A fifth of US adults.
Yeah.
You know, that's
some of them don't even know they're exposed to it. That's another thing that's like really crazy, is that there are people who, there are companies now that are exposed to it because of the companies they're exposed to have bought it. You know, like I think it's all
index funds and mutual funds.
Yeah. The hedge funds, I think it was like over 50% now of like the top 100 hedge funds are directly exposed in some way to the movement of Bitcoin. And that changed very quickly. And it's just because of the ETFs. And, you know, Vanguard, you know, new CEO, I think it was, is it the new CEO of Vanguard, or do I have that right?
The new CEO who's succeeding the old one, like in the fall, is the ex BlackRock lead ETF guy.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So which is an indication of where that might go, I feel like.
Potentially.
Yeah. But I think this is a lot of us winning just with the steps back that we kind of knew. You know, it's not like any of this was like not part of the discussion. We've been talking about this for years, that this is where and how they're going to hit us. It'll be KYC. It'll be the exchanges. It'll be service provision. And that's where we will have to fight the battle. And I mean, Super Testnet created MSB, or MSB, and I'm not sure exactly how to say it. Basically, like within, you know, a day or two, and essentially in response to the whole Samurai wallet situation, which basically uses Nostr as a you know, blinded public board to coin join with. So it's like, you can't shut it down, and there's no real coordinator. It's just a bunch of blind relays. You're doing it basically with like a bunch of group DMs in a sense. And so, like, it's not that we can't build these things, it's that we haven't had the incentive or the need to. Honestly, we've had a pretty easy run. Like, we haven't had a lot of challenges. Everybody's like, oh, it's hard. And then, no, it's not. Like, just the price goes down a little bit sometimes, and then it comes back up. Like, it's been really easy going. Nobody has really attacked us. Like, it's been pretty chill. In fact, everything after 2013 and 2014 was, God, those 2014, 15 years were murder. Like, it was just like blood everywhere. Like, all this, everything that was like a major service in Bitcoin, I feel like just vanished. Like, if there was a time to think that Bitcoin was dead and there was no coming back, it was that. It was straight up 2014 and 2015. Like, I was a mess. It's been pretty easy since then. It's been basically a whole string of good news with the expected bad news sprinkled in.
Yeah, that's optimism, man. I love that. It has, though. I mean, like, I know what you're saying. I mean, there hasn't really been direct attacks, or, I mean, the one that I could think of is maybe the China attack on mining, but that was good for Bitcoin in the long run.
No, it's fantastic. And it just shows, probably, if, you know, the US tries the same thing or tries a similar thing, is that they'll need to go a different route because of how completely ineffective what China did was, you know? And like, because they just ban it, they're just going to leave and or mine underground. And it took like 5-6 months to completely recover. Like, that whole thing was just wild. Like, half half of the network hash power, picked up, unplugged, picked up shop, shipped somewhere else, sat back down, plugged back in, and in 6 months, the entire thing was, the
It's
whole thing
crazy.
was out in the wash. Like, it was just done.
It's crazy.
And it was wild. And there was I had no idea. Like, if you didn't know that it was happening, you never would have had a clue. Never, like, blocks still coming in, Lightning transactions work, nothing changed. Like, you can't do that with any other service or any other, like, in
Difficulty
the context
adjusted.
of like a giant mountain in the middle of an ocean. Like, it remained that mountain. Like, nothing changed. It was still there. It was still available for everyone. That was just wild.